The Income Tax Department of India has landed a significant blow to the reputed British Broadcasting Corporation or the BBC in an episode that exposes the corporation's non-compliance with tax laws. BBC, a media organization that is often regarded as the darling of the left, was compelled to admit that it had shirked its financial obligations to the Indian authorities for a prolonged period. Namaskar, this is Piyush Balda and you have landed on TFIPost, the ultimate destination for an alternative and refreshing perspective of every social and political discourse. Today I am here before you to explain how BBC was forced to reveal their dirty game and why the government authorities stand vindicated in the light of their proceedings against the same. BBC's admission has come as a shock to many, revealing a darker side of the corporation's operations. The broadcaster found itself backed into a corner, forced to confess to underreporting its income by a whopping 40 crores. In a formal communique with the Central Board of Direct Taxes, the BBC has acknowledged its financial oversight and proposed to resolve the dispute by paying the amount it had initially evaded. The money in question pertains to unpaid taxes for a period spanning from 2016 to 2022. This considerable duration of tax evasion by a corporation as globally renowned as the BBC raises serious questions about the corporate responsibility and the commitment to financial regulations. The groundwork for this admission was laid in February 2023 when the Income Tax Department initiated a raid on the premises of the BBC India and BBC World. The raids, executed due to alleged financial irregularities, created a flurry of protest among the intelligentsia. Accusations of the government's high-handedness flew thick and fast, and critics lambasted what they perceived as a blatant attempt to suppress press freedom. One of the vocal critics was Congressman Pawan Khera, who argued that the Income Tax Department's involvement was unwarranted as the BBC did not report any profit or loss in India. However, the recent confession by the BBC has significantly undermined these criticisms, vindicating the government's earlier actions. The episode unraveled at a particularly sensitive time for the BBC, as the corporation has been subjected to significant scrutiny and mockery, not just within the UK but also across the globe. The BBC's image as a reliable and unbiased news source has taken a significant hit, with critics highlighting the corporation's consistent negative portrayal of India and its democratic institutions. A glaring example is a documentary produced by the BBC on Prime Minister Narendra Modi's tenure, a piece that attracted widespread criticism for its aggressive tone and perceived bias against the Indian government. The incident reinforced the perception of the broadcaster's negative slant against India, further damaging its reputation. However, with the recent developments, it appears that the Modi government is not willing to overlook these transgressions. By holding the BBC accountable for its tax evasions, the government has sent out a resounding message. Respect for the laws of the land and national integrity are sacrosanct. This stance has implications not just for financial conduct but also sets a precedent for international entities operating within India's borders. The unfolding of this incident raises important questions about the obligations of media organizations, their commitment to unbiased reporting, and their adherence to the financial laws of the countries they operate in. The Income Tax Department's intervention has underlined the need for international corporations to abide by local regulations, upholding the highest standards of corporate ethics in the process. This episode serves as a stark reminder of the dual responsibilities shouldered by the media organizations. First, the delivery of unbiased, accurate news to the public, and second, an unwavering adherence to the financial laws and regulations of the operating country. When a global corporation like the BBC falls short of these responsibilities, it not only undermines their own credibility but also sends a troubling message about the state of international media ethics. In conclusion, the current predicament of the BBC serves as a lesson for all international media organizations. It underlines the importance of transparency, integrity, and accountability in all spheres of operation. As we navigate an increasingly interconnected world, it is vital for all media entities, irrespective of their international stature or reach, to respect and comply with the laws of the countries they operate in. The enforcement of these principles by government bodies such as the Income Tax Department will ensure that all organizations remain compliant and accountable, thereby reinforcing trust in the integrity of journalism and corporate conduct.